Big win, survive and advance. Give a lot of credit to Mercer. I thought they played a really good football game defensively. Obviously, our pre-snap penalties, in the first half, I really felt like was the only thing that really stopped us. But they were making us earn everything in the run game. They coming into the game, they were giving up 66 yards per. I thought the difference was our defense tonight. They gave up 8 first downs and 195 yards total offense to Mercer, and that's an impressive outing. And quite frankly, I thought we were making the quarterback uncomfortable, even on plays where they were getting some rushing yards. I thought our knockback was decent, solid, and the guys played extremely hard. Really pleased with how the football team. I mean, we talked and stressed, a good start, just a good quality start. We didn't overemphasize a fast start or anything like that. The guys were definitely ready to go. Pre-game was good. That's what it needs to look like. Really excited, for the takeaway on defense. Anthony gets his first one. Disappointed in the pre-snap penalties. We got to get that cleaned up, and then, we'll continue to work and look at combinations in the O-line. And but I think that defensive front was pretty good. And, North Dakota State's playing in the sectional final again, and we'll have to get ready. It's going to be an absolute war. With that, I'll open it up for questions.
You mentioned a good start. Obviously, jumping out to that to the 2 touchdowns there. How much do you think that set you guys up, especially as it kind of grinded into more of the game that we expected?
I don't. You know what? Normally, it probably does, right? It speeds up the other team. I thought they did a really good job of just still staying true to trying to run the ball. Let's make this a 4-quarter game. So they didn't let it just get extended, and they did a good job. I think in the first half we were 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and 3 drives with no production. And we have to stay ahead of the chains. Those early pre-snap penalties put you at 1st and 15, 2nd and long. 2nd down today wasn't very good. And then, we can be, we're going to, on paper, you give up 5 sacks. I got 3 or 4 of them charted as team sacks that weren't on the offensive line. We got to be better as a team in our decision-making and in the scramble drill and those kind of things. And so we have to do better there. But 3rd down vastly improved. The fast start was good for us, like just to come out there and play loose. It was more about how we handled it, but I don't think it changed Mercer. It's just those plays were big plays, long passing plays, and explosive plays are the key to the game.
Bryce Lance, you called it in August what he could do.
Yeah, he's really good, and the thing about it, guys, I think he's just scratching the surface. We can get him stronger, we can get him bigger. This kid is a really good practice player, and I think I just would have to go through it. Any pro that I've ever been around they're elite practice players, and they have elite energy and bounce, and Bryce has got that. I'm so happy he capitalized on his opportunity that he cultivated for himself, but we pushed him up there to the forefront pretty early. I'll go back as far as last spring saying, Bryce, you can be special. This loss in the portal that we had, we don't even need to think about it ever again. You could be the guy. I believe in you. And he did the rest of it along with Cam and Coach Crutchley. He's got a bright future.
That catch, a lot of guys have dropped that because it was contested.
Yeah, and then, he's starting to make some yak yards too, right, Jeff? Like, he's come up with some big-time catches. I think he has, you could argue one drop or one bad drop on a play action that was thrown a little bit behind him, I think. He's playing really good. And then how about him going down on punt team and making that tackle? He's a good football player. I love him.
The decision to put Ponches at left guard and then move Empey to right, can you go through that?
Well, I don't know. We're going to have to look at the tape and see if we were right or not. He's a 6-year player that's in the program. I will always bank on a Bison. Okay, so now we got to look at, did we make the right decision? Those guys were really good up front. They did a good job of adjusting from a read front and getting their hands on our chest to getting in gaps and just being, what I would call a crank mentality. And we allowed too much penetration. I thought we were short on aim points. And then obviously we just didn't finish blocks very good. But the hidden thing I know what's going to show up is that their safeties tackled really well, and we didn't do a good enough job of getting on their safeties, even when there was creases. But that leads to those big plays over the top as well.
Was it important for you to keep Zabel and Miller on the outside?
Yeah, that's what played into it. Where were their best players are going to make the biggest immediate impact? And I think you probably start with the throw attack because we were, pass protection because we were leaning, to try to open it up early in the game a little bit in this one with the run defense. But, man, number 2 put a couple good rushes on, with the spin move, and we just have to be better fundamentally. We've got to keep our head and shoulders out of blocks because when we're leaning on people and you get the spin move, you can't recover with your feet. We've got to create separation. And at times we were okay today. The counter play really saved us, late we doubled them up in the rush game. And that's the truth. I mean, if we're gonna say 66 yards average and we're gonna sell that and this, that, and the other thing, the bottom line is we had 140. All right, so the sacks really hurt us. Dom, to get back to it, we're gonna have to look at the combinations, and because it's gonna take a better performance than what we had today offensively.
Coach, how important was Steindorf, for you guys on special teams to flip the field and keep Mercer on your side?
I don't know if he had 2 or 3 really good bombs there. I thought the one got away from him, but he was really good. In our operation today, that's good that you brought that up. Caleb and Caden were big today with the operation. I mean, they were going to bring a lot of pressure and bring people at the shield. And so us getting the ball out and not getting any blocked or any disruption was key.
First catch since the South Dakota State game. What was it like to see him kind of blossom here today?
Well, it looked like he had another gear, too. I mean, he caught that ball and knifed in there, and that was a big play. I mean, yeah, it was just another one of those little bit of awkward games because, we expect so much, like go out there and just continue to do it. But there's several big plays in that game, and happy for Makai. He had a good week of practice. All those guys did. We're sharing the ball. It's every week it's kind of like somebody has 1 or 2 catches that haven't had a catch or 2 in a couple of weeks, and Makai's just doing his job and Cam put it on him.
Is he finally healthy after the South Dakota State game?
Well, I think that's what I mean. I think he's just it looked there like that burst was really back. I mean, he's been battling a little bit of a sore knee, some knee tendonitis, and you guys know how that is. So it's good to have him back.
South Dakota State up next, Tim.
Yeah, and they're playing good football. I've been able to watch from a bird's eye view, and they're playing extraordinary defense, a lot of confidence. But we are too. And, man, that's the moment I was talking about that maybe is holding us back, last week. In the week previous, you're waiting for these big moments. Well, now it's here. And it's either, push it through or go home. And they got a good football team, and, so much respect for Gronowski and their defense and some of their playmakers that are emerging. But it'll be about how we perform and if we lay it on the line for the Bison.
Marcus Shepard didn't go today. Give us an update.
He's got a hand. Last week he got pulled, and he didn't pull the hammy. But when that tightness gets in there for those athletes that play outside, it's important that they're very aware. And, him and Marty were both battling coming in. Marty had a little bit of a toe, and so he still had 11 carries, and I'm kind of happy the way it shook out. I looked at him afterwards. I said, how you feeling? And so we'll manage that early in the week. And I think these guys will all answer the bell. But both of those guys were a little bit tentative coming in, and we were going to kind of see, okay, where's this going to fall today with Marty?
What was the big adjustment after they scored that initial touchdown in the first quarter defensively?
Well, I'd have to probably get to the film, right? But they got that. Did they get that score after we put them on a short field? I don't know if there wasn't a big adjustment. The defense, right, it seemed to be we forced a few more second and longs. Okay, and then that was a probability of screen. We shut the one screen down. They didn't get that off. Maybe that discouraged them from their normal, tendencies. I thought we did a really good job on the perimeter stuff, the jet, the screen plays. We just got into a bunch of third and longs, and that's an advantage for the defense.
3 of the 4 semifinalists are Valley schools. Is the league better than when it was when you left it?
The top is. I just don't remember 3 teams that are this equally matched that, at the same time have arguably the 3 best quarterbacks in the league, right? It all stacked up. South Dakota won today. Was it 35-21? South Dakota State took care of business. It was interesting watching Vigs last night. I mean, I think this thing shook out the 4 teams that people were talking about all year are in the show and have the opportunity to get to Frisco. So it's exciting. It is. Man, the guys have stuck together. It was good complimentary football today. I mentioned to them in there, I said, we got a staff. There is no offensive coaches, defensive coaches, special. We're all Bison football coaches, and we need to be complimentary of each other. And I thought the defense today won the game.
Cam, obviously Obviously, a hot start for you guys, jumping out to the two early scores there. Just kind of what went into that, and how important do you think it was for you guys in the long run?
I think it was really important. Coach P did a really good job this week of, stating the importance of starting fast since we haven't the last 2 weeks, and guys really rallied around that message, and I think it showed up today.
Same question I asked you last week. How do you evaluate how the game went today?
I thought defensively, they played outstanding. If they can continue to play like that, we'll have a chance in every game. But offensively, we have some room to get better. I thought myself didn't play very well, and thankfully that we earned another week and 4 more practices to get better.
You got that pick. Also got that, the defense out there with 6 tackles. How do you feel about the performance by you guys out there?
I thought the defense played well. I think, like Cam said, we emphasized starting fast. I think that showed up. We really emphasized wanting to play with energy and enthusiasm, and I think that just led to us flying around and making plays.
Anthony, no playoffs, FCS in the Ivy League. What do you think of this?
Oh, I'm having the time of my life. Way better than sitting on my couch and watching. So I'm just really grateful for every week and glad to keep playing.
You've been close to a pick before. To describe the balls coming your way, what went through your mind?
Catch it. No, but yeah, all seriousness, I just seen the ball in the air and just wanted to go make that play. Like you said, I've been close before, so I just wanted to capitalize.
Bryce, first 6 minutes, describe that for you guys.
Yeah, like everyone said, I think we just emphasized starting fast this week, or today specifically. But yeah, just when the ball's in the air, go make a play. And Cam throws a pretty good ball, so.
Bryce, you with Mackay today, and then we've seen Braylon do some good stuff throughout the 2 games as well. Just kind of what's going through the minds of the receivers right now? Just kind of what have you guys elevated in the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, we got a really deep room, so super excited when those guys make plays. We're all playmakers in that room, and I think we pride ourselves on that. So I think all the mindset is, when the ball's in the air, go make a play, and that's what they did today.
What's the degree of difficulty on that first touchdown for you? Well, how high was that to make that catch?
Degree of difficulty? I don't know. Like I said, Cam throws a pretty good ball, so that makes my job a lot easier.
Logan, after that, pass from Mercer to get that touchdown, you guys really locked down on defense. How'd you feel about, how you guys responded to that touchdown?
Yeah, I think we did a great job. One, starting fast the first couple of drives, and then obviously, let up a touchdown, which you never want to have. Just not great fundamentals. A couple plays that hurt us, but after that, we were able to turn things around and have a really, really solid back 3 quarters of the game. We were flying around, a lot of energy. It's a lot of fun when we're playing the type of football that we played today. Coaches did a great job with the game plan this week. Coaches did a great job with emphasizing, like the other guy said, starting fast, and we were able to kind of put it all together today, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of it.
Bryce, the special teams tackle, is that like a punt coverage dream to time that up?
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor to be on the punt team at NDSU, so any chance I got to go make a play, you got to go for it. So, yeah, it was pretty cool.
I mean, that's what you spent the last couple of years. For people that are only seeing now what you've done, to build on that from what you did the last 2 years, just describe that level of the last couple of years, what you've been doing.
Yeah, like I said, we take pride in all our special teams here, punt especially. So if you're on the punt team, you're expected to go make a play, and that's what I did. So.
Logan, I think we're at the point where everybody thought we're going to be at earlier this year with you guys now playing the Jackrabbits in the semifinals here. So your thoughts on that? It's going to be a big week. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we're excited. Super exciting that we get to do it at home in the Dome to have Bison Nation as our 12th man on the field all game long. We're hoping to use that as a huge advantage. We know we left some plays out there on the field last time we played these guys, both offensively and defensively, and so we're so excited for a great week of practice, a great week of prep, and a great game next Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. The Dome's going to be loud and rocking, and, man, we're excited to hopefully punch our ticket to Frisco.
Coach Polasek said earlier this week that maybe you guys were looking ahead a little bit to what was waiting for you. Did you feel that way, that maybe not today, but maybe last week you were kind of thinking of looking ahead?
No, I think we'd be lying if we said it wasn't in the back of our minds. But at the same time, we know at this point in the year it's a one-game season. You have to take care of business for the one game that's ahead. And so we treated this game like our Super Bowl. We treated this as the only game that was important because we knew if we didn't take care of business today, there was going to be no semifinal game in the Dome. And so I think we did a great job of focusing on the one game ahead. And now we can put everything behind us and look ahead to the new one-game season. And so we're excited to get after it this week.
You guys are getting ready for you and for some others, final game at the Dome. How special is this moment of preparing for SDSU in a semifinal matchup in your final game at the Fargo Dome?
Yeah, I think the 5th and 6th year guys are really going to dive into film, probably tomorrow morning. We got to have a great week of prep, and I know this game means a lot to everybody in the locker room. So we're going to take it seriously, and we're going to prep the best that we can and put the best product on the field.
Cam, 3 of the last 4 teams are Valley teams. You know how tough the league is, but just describe that the 3 of the last 4 teams left are all in your league.
I think it makes sense. I think everyone knows that it's the toughest conference in the FCS, and I think all 3 teams have represented the Valley really well throughout the season and, throughout the postseason. So, yeah, like you said, it's great to see 3 teams in.
Yeah, was it any different for you, the O-line, Poncha left guard, Griff going over to right guard? Was it any different for you with that this week?
I don't think so, no. I know that the coaches were confident with it, and when the coaches and players are confident in the lineup up front, then I'm happy. So.